As a way of introduction, let's talk about the transport in animals. We'll talk about the components and we'll talk about the different types. Okay, so let's start with the components. We're talking about transport in animals. Okay, components. We're going to list the various components. The first component is circulating fluid. That's one. Circulating fluid. So the circulating fluid in animals is usually the blood. Okay, it's in the blood that the food nutrients and even excretory products are dissolved in. The blood carries it to points, the excretory products to point where it will be excreted, or the nutrients to the various organ that needs them. Okay, the second one is a pumping device. A pumping device. So a pumping device in animals is the heart. Function of the heart is to pump blood, so it's quite deserving of the name. So you need a pumping device. That's the second component. The third component, you need a branch of vessels. Okay, that's the third one. You need vessels or channels rather, where this fluid, your circulating fluid, that's the blood, is transported in. Okay, you need vessels that will convey the blood from the heart to the organs, or from the organs back to the heart. Okay, these are the various components that you would need to make a complete transport system or a circulatory system in animals. So let's go ahead and talk about the different types of this circulatory system. Okay, now here we have the first one, this here coming. So here, the first one here is the open circulatory system. So I'm going to label it open circulatory system. Why this one here is the closed circulatory system. There are two types of circulatory system, the open and the closed. Okay, now I'm going to label the different parts. Let's say in this place, in this open, we have, there's the heart, the pumping device here, and well, you can't call this an artery, but let's say, okay, this is a vessel that takes blood, a small vessel that takes blood from the heart, and then there's a vessel that returns blood to the heart, and here we have the organs. So in the open circulatory system, what happens is that the heart pumps blood into this vessel. Okay, this vessel here. Now the vessel takes the blood from the heart, and what it does is to pour it, kind of beat the organs with the blood. So the blood is coming out, from this vessel, so it just beats the organs. Okay, with the blood, it beats the organ. It's not a closed system. All right, now this blood that is baited, these organs, somehow the blood here that these organs are immersed in find their way into another vessel, kind of another primitive vessel here. So this blood just finds their way here and goes back to the heart. Okay, this is the known as open circulatory system, and this kind of circulatory system is the one you find in insects, and mollusks, that's the snails and all that. So let's talk about the closed circulatory system, the one you find in higher animals. Okay, so let's label the different parts. Yeah, this is here organs. Okay, this is the artery, the blood is flowing in this is the artery. Here we have the vein. Okay, and there's the heart. So you can see in a closed system, the arteries are connected sort of to the veins. Okay, forms a closed system. The system is closed. There's no place where the blood is just spilled onto the organs. Okay, it's a direct channel from the artery directly. It goes to the vein after passing through the organs. So what happens here in the closed system is that the heart pumps blood, the blood goes into the artery. Okay, the blood goes into the artery, so the blood goes into the artery, and the blood gets to the organs. Okay, at this point, the arteries would divide into arterioles. Okay, arterioles. I didn't have enough space to spell it out, but you can get that. Arterioles. The arterioles will further divide into capillaries. Capillaries. Now these capillaries, that's when the organs receive the blood. After the organs have received oxygen and nutrients and what the contents of the blood, what happens is that the blood follows another system known as venules and then goes into the veins here, and then it returns to the heart. This complete system whereby the blood circulates from the heart through the artery, from artery to arterioles to capillaries to venules to veins, is known as the closed system. While this other one where the blood goes from the heart goes straight to the organs from a vessel that is not really complete. At a certain point the blood just spills onto the organs and sort of bathes the organs, or the organs are just immersed in blood, okay, and get their nutrients directly from their way, and it's not a complete system. It's known as the open system.